All right, everyone. We are going to, let me put the last person in, and then it's a beautiful Monday. Oh, Deputy Mejia. All right, everyone, I'm letting everyone in. All right, everyone, happy Monday. It's a beautiful Monday. Zoom use in the vehicle. You're in the courtroom. Your cap needs to be off. Zoom user, what is your name?
Corey Sepulveda.
All right. All right, everyone, welcome to the 187 District Court. These are the rules of the 187 District Court. You are in a courtroom. Anything that you could not do if you were physically in the courtroom, you cannot do on this Zoom screen. If you behave inappropriately on this Zoom, what will end up happening, for those of you who are on bond, you will be required to appear in person in the 187 District Court. Doesn't matter if you're out of town, out of county, out of state, out of country. You're going to be required to appear in person in the 187 District Court. Courtroom is located at 300 De La Rosa on the 4th floor. It's downtown. That's going to entail you getting an Uber or a Lyft, or either taking the Via bus. When you take the Via bus, they still don't give back change. So you have to have exact change. And when you need exact change, you never can find it. So that bus ride is going to turn into a $5 bus ride or a $10 bus ride. If you drive down, you're going to find that parking space is at a premium. And if you're lucky to find a parking space, you're going to find that it is expensive. And you may end up getting a nail in your tire because there's a lot of construction that has happened to me 4 times, and that is expensive. To everyone at the Bexar County Jail, you're not allowed to use the chat box. You're not allowed to use the internet. If you do any of these things, you will be sent back. Now, what does that mean for you? That doesn't mean you're going to have to come downtown. That means that because you know there's staffing issues at the jail, we will see you probably in 60 to 90 days. To all attorneys, if you have a plea bargain agreement, no matter how small you think that agreement is, you're going to need to put it in the chat box. You're going to need to put it in the chat box to the court coordinator. She will be logging on. She is logged on as Ferguson coordinator. What she will need to know from you is she will need to know whether or not it's regular probation or deferred, and if it's for time, so she can get the proper paperwork to you. If your client is on bond, she'll need your client's email address, and so will the prosecutors. I'm going to open the breakout rooms. When I open breakout rooms, it will invite everyone to a breakout room. Do not, I repeat, do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call you by name and assign you to a breakout room. To those who are accused, who are defendants, your attorney is probably going to want to speak to a prosecutor before they speak to you. So please do not ask if you're supposed to go into a breakout room, because if they want you in a breakout room, they will specifically request you to a breakout room. I will call you by name and assign you to a breakout room. To all attorneys, if you are representing someone who's in custody, do not leave them in a breakout room by themselves and come back and say, give me a date, because when you come in and something needs to happen with your client, any type of information, they need to be in the main room. Do not send anyone back saying your case is done, because the case is not done until I say it is done. Please do not chat, call, email, text Ms. Ferguson asking for a continuance. I'm the only person who can give you that. I'm going to call the names of the attorneys. So all of those who are accused or defendants, your name will not be called. Your attorney's name will be called. If you do not hear your attorney's name, it is because your attorney is either Zooming in another courtroom, is out of county, and had to appear in person. So please be patient, because we will get your attorney here as soon as possible. This is the order in which attorneys will appear. Adam LaHood, Ben Stevenson, Bob Hicks, Bridget Garza, John Winter, Johnny Cisneros, John Young, James Toshi, Denny Callahan, Robert Featherston, Shannon Locke, Milton Butler, Michael Goins, Derek Edmonds, Robert Porter, Valerie Hetley, Scott Simpson, Arlene Gay, Roberto Ramirez, and Raymond Martinez. Is there any attorney who's currently on the Zoom and your name has not been called?
Judge, it's Rosabelle Sosa. I was not called.
All right, Rosabelle Sosa. Any other attorney?
Yes, Judge Lorraine Efron. And I've been logged on since about 8:50, I think.
Okay. Anyone else whose name has not been called?
Martinez, Judge.
Oh, I did call you Mr. Martinez.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, to all the attorneys, it will help things move faster. If you will add to your name the name of your client and whether or not it's criminal trial division or family violence. Please do not remove your name, because if you remove your name, when attorneys look in the breakout room, they will just see the name of your client, not your name, and think it's only your client, and they're going to move over that breakout room. Think of those breakout rooms as when you go to the doctor's office. When you go to the doctor's office and you're there at 8:45 or 8:50 because your appointment is at 9, they call you to the back. You're thinking, great, they're seeing me right away. When really they're just checking your weight and your blood pressure. So all of the prosecutors have the ability to move in and out breakout rooms. If you leave a breakout room, it will show that that breakout room is empty. All right, everyone, today is Monday. It's a beautiful day. It's not too hot, not too cold. The sun is shining. We made it here today. So let's keep this a happy Monday. Let's not try to turn it into a difficult Monday. All right, Adam LaHood, you have Ms. Boyd.
Yes, Your Honor, CTD.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3. Ben Stevenson.
Good morning. My client, Alexis Morganfield, is in custody. I have both criminal trial division and family, but I'm primarily working with Michael J. Villarreal.
Okay.
And I would like to confer if possible.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you.
Bob Hicks.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Crystal Lynn Flores, and I have spoken with the pretrial bonds people this morning. And the first lady I spoke with said that according to the notes from her pretrial
is it criminal trial division or family violence?
It's criminal trial.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 5.
She's okay.
Thank you.
I just can't find her.
All right, we'll see what's happening. Bridget Garza.
Good morning, it's Rogelio Sanchez, Judge. It's a capital murder with Ryan.
All right, I'm going to send you to number 6.
Thank you.
John Winter.
Good morning, Judge. I have trial division, and I was speaking with Marcus before.
What is your client's name?
Oh, Dennis Trejo.
I'm going to send you to number 7.
That's what I was looking for.
There you go. Thank you.
You have a great day.
You too.
Johnny Cisneros. Thank you for changing your name. What is?
I'm trying to learn how to do this computer stuff. I'm old.
Okay.
I have Edward Guild, family violence. I put PTC. That's wrong. It should be family violence, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem.
Fix it, and then all of a sudden I'm looking at myself, and that's scary.
I'm going to see you to number 8.
Thank you.
You're welcome. John Young.
Hello, madam. I have Laura Pantoja.
How do you spell the last name?
Pantoja.
Criminal trial division or family violence?
Trial.
All right. You said criminal trial division?
Yes.
I'll send you to number 9.
Thank
you, Madam.
You're welcome. James Toshi.
Morning, Judge. I have Mary Diaz this morning. It's a family violence case.
Sitting unit number 10. Denny Callahan.
Hi, Judge. May I address the court?
Yes.
Mr. Greenpew's case is still pending appeal. The case has been submitted on briefs. Been waiting, and there's no development yet.
All right. His current case that's pending out of this court, is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial.
All right. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 11.
Judge, can you send me in there with him?
Yes, you're listed as a co-host, so you can move to number 11, Mr. Lennon.
Very well.
Robert Featherston.
Morning, Your Honor. I have Marvin Lee this morning. He's an MTR, Criminal Trial Division.
All right.
And a reset from,
I'm sorry?
Judge, it was a reset from January the 11th to get a mental health evaluation done. So I need Criminal Trial Division and whoever has that mental health eval.
All right. I'll send you to number 12.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Shannon Locke.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have family violence.
All right, I'm
Otis
sending
Toussaint.
you to number 13. That has always been a lucky breakout room.
I hope so. Thank you, Your Honor.
Sure. Milton Butler.
I have CTD, Romualdo Martinez. I believe he's here, but I think he may be under another name.
All right, I'll send you to 14.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Michael Goins.
Yes, Your Honor. I have an MTR with CTD.
I'll send you to 15.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Derek Edmonds.
Good morning, Judge. I have a Corey Sepulveda. It's with family violence. Normally added this on, I think, Friday or Saturday. So I think it's a pretrial matter.
Okay, I'll send you to 16.
Thank you, Judge.
Robert Porter.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. I'll send you to 17.
Thank you.
Thank you for changing your name. Valerie Hudlin, I'll send you to 18. Thank you for changing your name.
Thank you.
Scott Simpson, just give me a moment. Arlene Gay.
I'm here, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. I'll send you to 19. Thank you for changing your name. Roberto Ramirez.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Thank you for changing your name. I'll send you to number 20.
Thank you.
Raymond Martinez, I'll send you to 21. That's a lucky breakout room. Goes without saying, it's 21.
Thank you, Judge.
Rosabelle.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
I have Jesse Garza, Your Honor. He has 2 cases, an MTR with family violence and an unindicted CTD case.
All right, thanks for changing your name. I'll see you to number 22.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Lorraine Efron, I'll see you to 23.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Anthony Zamora.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Let's see. I'm conversing, I guess, with Miss Hayden.
What
We're
is
trying
the
to see if we-
client's name?
Kadir Gunner.
All right, I'll send you to number 24.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Eric Reynolds. Eric Reynolds going once.
Yes, Judge, I'm here. My apologies.
Who do you have?
Judge, I've got Joshua Bettis, the CTD case, who he was actually found incompetent last year. And he, I believe he was found incompetent of September of October, and he's still waiting on a bed to do his 120-day assessment.
All right, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 1. Ms. Ferguson, if you could go to breakout room number 1 to give me an update and give Mr. Reynolds an update on his client, Mr. Perez.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, I'll be there in just 1 second.
Megan Enriquez.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here for John Kuntz on Manuel Martinez, and we're conferring with, I need to confer with Michael Villarreal.
All right. I'll send you to breakout room number 25.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Michael Sawyer. Michael Sawyer going once, going twice.
There you go.
Here. Hi. That's okay. Who do you have?
I have Laurie Stelzick, Your Honor. We're still ready for trial. I'm still conferring with the state.
All right. Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial, Your Honor.
And how do you spell the last name?
Stelzig, Stelzig.
Okay. I'm going to send you to number 26.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, the person who's listed as Jack in the checkety shirt, what's your name, sir? You're on mute.
Jonathan Cedillo.
Just one moment, the person in the black shirt, your shirt is not checked. Jack, what is your name?
Jonathan Cedillo.
Jack, what is your name?
Joaquin Alejandre.
Jonathan Cedillo.
Are you Mr. TLX, Jonathan? Are you in a check outfit? Is your shirt check?
Yes, Jonathan Cedillo.
No, that's not my question. What color shirt are you wearing?
It's white.
Is that a check shirt?
No.
All right, then I'm not conversing with you at this moment. Jack, what is your full name, please?
Jonathan Cedillo.
Alejandre.
Oh.
And last name, please.
Alejandre. Nothing.
Jeb Locke, who do you have?
Hi, Judge. I'm appearing for Joaquin Alejandre on behalf of Doug Daniel. I believe it is a family violence case.
All right, I'm going to send you to number 27. Galaxy Tab A, the one with the picture of the horses behind you. What's your full name, please? You're on mute.
I'm sorry, Romaldo Martinez. Lawyer Butler.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
Whoever is not on mute with your dog, you need to make sure you're on mute. And it sounds like it either wants to be let out to do its business or either it needs to be fed. All right, David Lunan on Mr. Callahan. What is happening with Kedron Pugh?
Judge, Mr. Callahan and I have conferred. All these cases that are left or have been transferred into my unit, so there's no need for another prosecutor to be involved. There's nothing we can do with him until his appeal is concluded, which we expect within weeks. But we're not going to have any agreement up until that period of time, if any at all. Yeah.
So, Mr. Callahan, are you going to be asking for a jury trial even though the appeal has not been completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Decision for the appeal has not been completed?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right. And each of these cases, do you have all of the discovery, Mr. Callahan?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'm assuming that the only cases that are pending, of course, you have the case that's on appeal, but the only cases that are pending are the 2018 CR 6054 and 6052.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we're going to go on the record then. And Ms. Ferguson, I'm going to need a jury trial date in the chat box for Kedron Pugh. The court is going to call 2018 CR 6052 and 2018 CR 6054, State of Texas versus Kedron Pugh. Can I have parties announced for the record, please?
David Lunan for the state.
Denny Callahan, defense.
All right, just one moment. All right, just one moment, everyone. Sorry about that. Just so everyone knows, this week I am presiding, so there's a lot of people who are going to be coming in and out. And Brenna, for some reason, my real time has stopped. Let me try it again. Okay, I'll go without it. I'm good.
Okay, fix it in a minute.
All right, thank you. All right, so we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2018 CR 6052 and 2018 CR 6054, State of Texas versus Kedron Pugh. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
David Lunan for the state.
For the defense?
Denny Callahan, defense. Not ready. Case still pending appeal.
All right, so I thought Mr. Pugh, just give me one moment. I'm sorry, Mr. Callahan, just give me a moment. Mr. Pugh, could you unmute yourself? Are you Kedron Pugh? I'm sorry, what?
No, Your Honor.
What is your name?
My name is Pugh.
Pugh?
Pugh Kedron Marquis.
All right, that's what I just asked you. Are you that person? I just called this docket. Are you this person who's on the docket?
My name is Pugh Kedron Marquis, Your Honor.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
It's the court's understanding that the defendant has a case that is currently still pending appeal. And I believe that was cause number 2018 CR 6053. What is the status of the appeal, state or defense?
Your Honor, waiting for the opinion of the Court of Appeals. The case has been submitted on briefs only, I guess now for 1 or 2 months.
So the court, the defendant still has open cases in this court. Defense, are you requesting that a jury trial be set in these cases, or are you asking that a jury trial not be set until the appeal, the final decision on the appeal is given?
I would like a jury trial setting after I know the decision of the Court of Appeals.
All right. So any objections to this not being given a jury trial date? Defense?
No, Your Honor.
State?
We are ready if the court wishes to proceed. If the defendant is willing to ask for more time, it only makes sense for us to agree with that, considering the circumstances with the appeal.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on this case just for the status of the appeal, please? Just one moment. I'm going to give you a 30-day reset, just a second. All right, we're going to come back on March 28th. All right, we will see you all back on March 28th. And if there is any discovery issues, if you all can handle that off docket. But Mr. Callahan, you're informing the court that you've received all the discovery?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You are excused.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I'm going to remain around. I have one additional case with Suzanne Kramer when she shows.
All right, thank you. Mr. Pugh, 16D can go back.
Judge Bridget Garza on Rogelio Sanchez.
Just one moment. We're trying to fix the real time. Just a second.
Okay.
All right, Bridget Garza.
Yes, Your Honor, on Rogelio Sanchez, I conferred with Ryan, and he's still gathering all the discovery on Mr. Sanchez.
All right, and how long does he think this is going to take? Because we've been here for a while. Ryan Groomer?
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. So on Mr. Rogelio Sanchez.
Yes, Judge. We got the thumb drive that from Bridget in hand, Judge. I'm just getting my intern on working through the file and making sure that we don't need to redo any transfers of discovery. So I don't think it'll take long, Judge. I'm just making sure we're thorough on getting her all the stuff she needs.
Okay, so we were here on January 31st for a recall for today, discovery, defense to provide thumb drive. So you have the thumb drive?
I do, Judge. Bridget gave it to me, I believe, that next week or whatever, and I'm getting stuff uploaded on it.
All right, so Ms. Garza, are you okay with the 30-day reset to make sure all discovery is done?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset in the chat box, please, for discovery on Rogelio Sanchez?
And I'm fine with that also, Judge. I'm on that case.
Okay. Mr. Cox, I did not see you.
Oh, Judge, I know. I understand, Judge. Sometimes I fly below the radar.
You do. But you know what? As you and I both know, you still do not tug on Superman's cape.
That's true. And I didn't, we don't spit in the wind.
We don't. And you know what? I think only a few of us get those references. But that's okay. You can explain it to Bridget.
Right. I think John Young, you may know what we're talking about.
All right. So do you all need to speak with Mr. Sanchez before he's sent back?
I can go see him at the jail.
All right, Mr. Sanchez, can you raise Rogelio Sanchez? Oh, I think Mr. Sanchez is shaking his head like he wants to see you both
Okay,
today.
we're going to the you can put it in a breakout room, Judge.
All right, Mr. Sanchez, can you raise your hand? All righty. So, Mr. Sanchez, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. When you all finish speaking to him in number 2, I need you to bring him back to the main room.
Hey, Judge.
You're welcome. And Ms. Garza, what previous breakout room were you in?
Number 6.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, Mr. Reynolds.
Yes, Judge, thank you. I've got Joshua Pettis. I conferred with Norma. This defendant was found incompetent last year, and he's still waiting on a bed. I am going to refile a motion to have his competency evaluated.
All right, Mr. Pettis, can you raise your right hand for me? All right, Mr. Pettis, can you unmute? All right, Mr. Pettis, what's going to end up happening? I'm going to get a 30-day reset on your case. Your attorney's going to file a motion to have you reevaluated. And if the results are that you're competent, then we'll bring you back immediately, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Joshua Pettis?
Hey, why you messing with my mouth?
All right, we're going to come back on March 28th.
Thank you.
Thank
you, Judge.
you. You're welcome. Norma, 16B can go back. And everyone, just give me a moment. All right, Rebecca, where are you on Mr. Pettis? What page is he on?
He is on 12.
Thank you. All right, John Young.
Yes, madam. I talked to Joe Ray. He's made me an offer and I need to talk to my client, but we couldn't find her. She's in custody.
All right, just give me a moment. All right, just give us a moment. As soon as they bring her out, we'll take that matter up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Corey Sepulveda, just give me a moment, please.
Ma'am.
Just one moment. I'm trying to wait for a family violence prosecutor to be out of the breakout room.
Yes, ma'am.
Bob Hicks.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
I was just texting you to say that I'm going to need to leave. Crystal Flores, I cannot find her anywhere. And I'll check back in to see if she appears. Meanwhile, I have some other courts that I expect to be more fruitful.
All right, just one moment. I give everyone till 10:30. So do you wish to wait or you want this case called now?
You can call it now if you'd like. I just need to go.
We all do. All right, is there a prosecutor available?
Joe Ray, Judge.
Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 2772, State of Texas versus Crystal Flores. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Joe Ray Garcia.
For the defense?
Bob Hicks.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
None from the defense, Your Honor.
This case was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 9:49 a.m. Deputy Laura, Deputy Mejia, has a Crystal Lynn Flores appeared at all in the courtroom today?
No, Your Honor, she has not.
And there has not been a Crystal Lynn Flores on the Zoom screen. Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
I have tried, Your Honor. The number that was on the appointment, of course, is bad because it's old. I called pretrial and got a number and it was bad. So I called pretrial this morning again, and they said that according to their notes, she has missed her last several appointments. And the number that they gave me answered as, the number you have reached has been restricted or is no longer in service.
Okay. All right, and the court will note for the record, it's not that she's missed appointment, she's missed court. And I see that April 27th, she wasn't present, and she wasn't present on November 8, 2021. And it was to be recalled. And so we are here and she's still not present for court. State?
State asked for a bond forfeiture and a warrant be issued, Your Honor.
That'll be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. If you have any contact with your client and she presents herself to the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
May I be excused?
Yes. Johnny Cisneros.
Yes, Your Honor. Judge, I'd like to keep my case on the trial docket, please. An offer has been extended to me.
Where's Mr. Gill?
He should be online, Your Honor.
Right here, ma'am.
How are you listed?
Edward Gill.
Judge, it says iPhone.
Oh, I'm sorry, iPhone.
It amazes me, all of these young people who are, do so much on their cell phones, posting pictures of cats, but we can't change our name. All right. All right, the court is going to go on the record. We're going to call 2020 CR 3692, State of Texas versus Edward Gill for the defense.
Johnny Cisneros, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Gill?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the defense?
No objections, Your Honor.
Any objections, Mr. Gill?
No, ma'am.
All right, defense, have you received all discovery?
To my knowledge, yes, Your Honor.
Has an offer been tendered?
Yes, ma'am. An offer was tendered this morning. And I'd like time to talk to my client about the offer in person to go over the pros and cons. And but in the meantime, we'd like to keep it on the trial docket, please.
All right, what we're going to do, since an offer was tendered today, is this a new offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court is going to note that this case has been pending, or at least we've been having settings since 2020 of July. I'm going to recall this for 2 weeks. At that time, Mr. Gill will need to let me know whether he's accepting or rejecting the offer. Mr. Gill, whether you accept or reject the offer is completely up to you. However, I'm going to give you your plea deadline date now. And after that, the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements. Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 2-week reset for Mr. Edward Gill, please? All right, we're going to come back on March 17th.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
You're welcome.
Thank
Edward,
you.
you can get off, Edward. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Michael Goins.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here on an MTR on Mr. Lum. Probation is requesting extension with Safe P, and he's willing to do that, Your Honor.
All right, have you put in the chat box the agreement to Ms. Ferguson?
I will do that right now, ma'am.
Judge Bridget Garza and Cornelius Cox, we're back.
All right, thank you. Ms. Ferguson, Sanchez, 14P can go back. All right, and Mr. Cox. And
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Garza, always a pleasure seeing you both. You're both excused unless you have something else with us.
Judge, did you give us our date?
On Sanchez?
Yes.
Yes, it's March 28th for discovery.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
All right. See you later.
Thank you,
All
Judge.
right, bye-bye. Bye. All right, Robert Featherston.
Judge, I'm here again on Marvin Lee. It's an MTR. We were previously here on the 11th of January. A mental health screening was deemed to be necessary. That was done by Michelle Brown. She's recommending a Tacoma screening that is set up for tomorrow. And I'm respectfully requesting that this case be recalled in a week.
All right, Ms. Ferguson on Marvin Lee, can we recall this for 1 week, please? All right, we'll come back on March 9th. Mr. Lee, after you receive your evaluation, your attorney will be made aware of the results of that, and the court will be made aware, and then we'll come back on March 9th.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Yes.
Have a
Mr.
great
Just
day.
one moment. Mr. Lee has a question. Mr. Lee, do you have a question?
No, I just wanted to talk to my attorney.
All right, I'll send you to a breakout room to speak to your attorney. Mr.
Thank you,
Featherston,
Your Honor.
you'll go back to number 12, and before you leave, make sure Mr. Lee leaves the breakout room.
Will do.
All right, John Winter.
Yes, Judge. So I've talked with Mr. Sanders about Dennis Trejo. He's conveyed me an offer. I'm still trying to get some insurance information. I know the last time you were here, you were expressing some concern about how long it's taken me to get insurance information, but I've been trying to get a insurance report on this house fire for a while now, and it's been a little difficult. So I'd really like a little more time to try and do that, because that may resolve the case.
And where is Mr. Trejo?
He's here. I saw him on Zoom. Let's see.
Got it. Yeah, but now you're on, you want to be muted or not muted?
No, don't mute.
Okay, so now you can talk.
Thank you.
Where is Mr. Trejo?
I'm right here, ma'am.
What is your name listed as?
Mr. Dennis Trejo.
Zoom user, Judge.
Thank you. All right, so this is what we're going to do. Mr. Trejo, this is going to be the last reset that I give for insurance issues. Anybody who wants to set a hearing and subpoena whomever insurance person you want to subpoena, you can subpoena.
Understood.
Ms. Ferguson,
Yes.
can I have a 30-day reset on Trejo, please? All right, we're going to come back on March 29th. At that time, whoever you're going to subpoena, you may subpoena them, but this will be the last time that we come back for insurance issues.
Okay, Judge. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Your Honor.
May we
You're
be
welcome.
excused.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Dennis, I'll call
Right.
you later.
Rebecca, what page is Mr. Trejo on?
Page 12, Judge.
Thank you. John Young?
Yes, madam.
Yes. So we are still waiting for your client. So
May I go
Judge?
to another court and then come back?
yes,
Thank you, Your Honor.
you're welcome. All right, Arlene Gay? Arlene Gay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, what is happening with Ms. Sanchez?
She got accepted to the PTD program on Friday. We signed the documents and we submitted them this morning. I spoke to Brittany and let her know that.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Bianca Sanchez, I need a PTD update, please.
Yes, ma'am. Give me just 1 second, Judge.
Alfonso Otero, who do you have? Alfonso Otero. All right, Ms. Gay, as soon as I get that reset date in the chat box, I will give you the date. Just give us a moment. While we're waiting, March 29th. You and your client are excused. Shannon Locke.
Morning, Your Honor.
Yes.
We have Mr. Toussaint this morning. Mr. Villarreal got in touch with the complainant and her attorney. This is a very complicated divorce, child custody proceeding sort of situation. He was provided with additional information by the complainant and the attorney, and he asked if we could get this reset for 30 days so that he could follow up with that information.
All right, this is going to be the last date. Then after that, this is moving towards jury trial or
Very good.
either whatever your plans are. All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Mr. Otis Toussaint? And what is the state reviewing, Mr. Locke?
There is, so there's about 4 child custody cases that are filed in Bexar County. And there are 2 prior out-of-state custody orders that went all the way to different appellate courts in those states. So they are essentially putting together the jigsaw puzzle of those orders to figure out what order was in force and whether or not Mr. Toussaint could have known that the order that he was violating was enforced at the time that he was allegedly violating.
All right, so we'll come back on March 29th.
Very good, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Roberto Ramirez.
Morning, Your Honor. We are supposed to finish up the plea that we had set up. Ms. Reynolds is present and on Zoom. She's texting me that she can't hear. She might have to log out and log back in.
All right, if you'll have her then log out and log back in.
Okay, Your Honor.
All right, and I don't see your client here yet, Mr. Stevenson.
My client is in custody, Your Honor.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's not on the Zoom screen yet.
Okay. I have conferred with the state, and the state does need to make an announcement. I can speak with my client later.
All right, so who is the state you were conferring with?
Michael J. Villarreal.
Let me see. I believe he's in a breakout room. Yes, he's in a breakout room. Just give us a moment. James Toshi.
Judge, I conferred with Michael as well on Mary Diaz. Just keep us in a trial formation. We are trying to move the needle on plea negotiations, but as you can see on this kind of a case, it's a very long process. I'm going to have Ms. Diaz back down to kind of talk about some of the stuff that we talked about, but for now, we just need to stay on the trial docket.
All right, so as you know, today is the plea deadline date. There was a request for an extension from January, and the court extended the plea deadline date to this date. So where are we on that?
We are not going to be able to enter into a plea today, Judge.
All right. So you're going to be requesting a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Court is calling 2020 CR 11865, State of Texas versus Mary Diaz. Can I have defense announced for the record, please?
James Tochi for Mary Diaz.
And are you Miss Diaz? Are you Mary Diaz? We cannot hear you. So you need to turn on your audio on your end.
Mary, we can't hear you. Judge, I don't know.
Do you want to log? Do you want to log out and log back in, Ms. Diaz? Okay, she's going to log out and log back in, and then we'll take up that matter.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same, Judge. I got to do a quick announcement somewhere else. They're blowing me up right now. I'll come right back.
Sure.
All right.
Anthony Cantrell, is your case criminal trial division or family violence?
Family violence.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 26.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. John Foley, is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Family violence, Judge.
All right, I'll send you to 27.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, do you know if Michelle Hayden is here today?
Yes, she should be.
Okay, that's who I've been conferring with.
All right, no problem.
Thank you.
All right, Robert Porter.
Thank you, Judge. The court appointed me at the beginning of this month, gave me time to review the evidence, and I have. I've also advised Mr. De La Rosa he needs to seek advice of an immigration attorney, which he's making an appointment with right now.
All right, can your client afford an immigration attorney, or does he need one appointed?
From what I understand, his mother is helping him, Judge. He's supposed to be calling them today. I could let the court know if he cannot meet the requirements, and then I could always file a motion.
All right. So if you can let the court know that before the next setting.
Thank you, Judge.
So Mr. De La Rosa,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm
Yes,
going to
Judge.
give you a setting date, and this date is for you to have spoken to an immigration attorney or hired an immigration attorney. If for any reason you cannot afford an immigration attorney, then let the court know and one will be appointed for you. I note that Mr. Porter is appointed to represent you. Ms.
Yes.
Ferguson, on Eric De La Rosa, can I have a 14-day reset, please? All right, we're going to come back on March 15th.
Thank you, Honor.
Thank
You're
you, Judge.
All right, you both are excused.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. And Scott Simpson, just give me a moment and I will take up your matter. All right, Adam LaHood on Boyd.
Morning, Your Honor. I'm gonna have my client come meet me. She's having some internet connectivity issues. I need to get her on Zoom, so I'm gonna probably just have her meet me at the office, and we will log back on as soon as we get all this figured out.
All right, no problem. Michael Sawyer. Alfonso Otero, who do you have?
Good morning, Judge. I have Mr. Kathy and Jennifer Flores. If I can
Jennifer
talk-
Flores, is that criminal trial division or family violence?
That's right, criminal trial division.
And who's your other client?
Katie, let me see. I don't know how to pronounce that. That's Kathy Charles. C-A-T-H-E-Y.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 28. All right, and is the prosecutor here on Scott Simpson's client?
Yes, Judge, I'm present. Raul Jordan.
And just one moment, Mr. Simpson, but Mr. Sawyer, what is happening with Stalesic?
Oh, Your Honor, I have already conferred with the state. I'm meeting with the prosecutor tomorrow after lunch, Your Honor. And for the time being, just leave this case on the trial docket, Your Honor.
Okay, well, the discovery was uploaded. Are you meeting to obtain discovery?
He has some additional, he's providing it tomorrow, but we have the lion's share already, Your Honor.
I do not have any additional discovery to provide defense, Your Honor. Mr. Sawyer has it all, but but I am meeting with him tomorrow to review the discovery to help him.
State's been very good about discovery, Your Honor, not a problem.
Okay, let me, okay. Hi, Richard.
Hi, I'm
All
sorry
right.
about that. I just want to make that clear. There's no additional discovery to give to the
All
court
right,
in this case.
no problem. All right, Ms. Ferguson on Stilzik?
Yes.
Can we recall this in, on 20 days to make sure that that you have everything and you've had a chance to review it, Mr. Sawyer, then the court is going to give a jury trial date.
That'll be fine, Your Honor, but I just want to point out the state has been very, very good about discovery, very upfront.
All right.
Thank you, Mr.
All right, so
Sawyer.
we're going to come back. Let me see. We're going to come back on March 15th.
3:15. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You're both excused.
Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. Mom says hi, of course, and tell your brother I said hi.
I will. If next time your mom sees me, I'll wear that blue shirt for her.
Okay, I will. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, we're ready to take up your matter, Mr. Simpson. What is your client's name, please?
Ted Buchanan, Judge. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. And before we go on the record, the court received a sentencing memo. State, did you receive that as well?
Yes, Your Honor, we did.
All right. Court is calling 2021 CR 6087, State of Texas versus Theodore Buchanan. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Yes, Judge. Raul Jordan for the state of Texas, and the state is ready.
For the defense?
Scott Simpson for Mr. Buchanan. We are ready, Your Honor.
All right, we're proceeding by video. However, the court will note for the record that defense counsel and defendant are in the courtroom, and we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections to us proceeding by video, state?
None from the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
None from the defense.
All right, the defendant entered a plea of no contest to count 1 and count 2 on February 2nd. He also entered a plea of true to the enhancement. The court found the defendant was guilty of count 1 and count 2 and found the enhancement true based upon state's exhibits 1 and attachments, and also based upon the defendant's plea of true. According to the plea bargaining agreement, the punishment was to be assessed at 8 years in the prison. There are no applications. Is that correct, defense?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And count 1 and count 2 were to run concurrent. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor. We have 2 corrections at the appropriate time.
All right. Any objections to the PSI report, defense?
Not necessarily objections, Your Honor. I just wanted clarifications on the gang part. It says he's currently a gang member. He was associated with the gang while he was in prison back in the 90s. He's never been associated with a gang besides being in prison. Secondly, in the PSI where it said my client did not make a statement about the offense, what I told him to tell the probation officer, and I believe he did, was under my advice, I advised him to remain silent about any incidents in the offense. So I advised him not to make a statement to probation about the offense.
All right, thank you. The court asked for a PSI on this, a PSI report on this case, because I was wondering why I should follow this plea bargain agreement. So if anyone wishes to address those issues, because I've looked at the indictment, and the defendant's prior was a sexual assault, and now we're here for possession of child pornography. So is there a reason why the court should follow this agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. I mean, I don't want to belabor what I've already put into my sentencing memo, but I'll make the 3 points. One is that at the age now of 52 years, he has significant health issues. I know some people show up to court with oxygen, but my client has always had oxygen issues. You know, we've had to modify conditions of his bond because of his oxygen issues with his COPD and the edema he has where it's buildup of fluids. Secondly, besides, I know this is a repeater case, but they are 3rd-degree felonies. We're talking about an 8-year prison sentence here. We're not talking about the low end of the punishment range. And lastly, with the family struggles that they've had, his wife is here with him in court. She is a cashier at HEB. And so there's hopes that he can go and serve his time, and then at some point provide help to his family as the kids reach the high school age, and particularly for his autistic son.
State, is there a reason why the court should follow this agreement?
Judge, I can tell the court the state's reasoning, I suppose, behind the offer of 8 years. It is true that the defendant was convicted of a prior sexual assault case. This was back in 1995, so essentially 27 years ago. During the course of those 27 years, as far as I can see, his criminal history has been uneventful. Essentially, I think he had a DWI, was the extent of it since the 1995 conviction. As Mr. Simpson indicated, he is, in that regard, getting up there in years as well. So 8 years with his prior. I know, it's hard to say what parole will do, but there's a fair chance that he will serve most of those 8 years in the state's opinion. And this is what the factors essentially that the state took into consideration into making this offer, Judge. Oh, not to mention that the defendant was also highly cooperative with law enforcement regarding this case. He volunteered the information, did not deny it at any point, took responsibility for it. And these are the things that the state sort of looked at in making this offer, Judge.
Okay. All right, the court will follow your plea bargain agreement. The court, as previously stated, found you guilty of counts 1 and 2 and found the enhancement true. The court will sentence you to 8 years in count 1, 8 years in count 2. Count 1 and count 2 are to run concurrent, and the court will give you credit for any time served. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
Nothing from the state, Judge.
Mr. Buchanan, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over the definition of weapon or ammunition, you'll need to speak with an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Buchanan, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge. And Your Honor, I believe that concludes my business with the court this morning, if I may be excused.
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you for coming in. All right, Suzanne Kramer.
Yes, Judge.
Yes.
How
I'm going
are
to send you
you?
to breakout room number 29.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Michael Villarreal, he's in a breakout room. All right, Rosabelle Sosa.
Judge, I've conferred with Marcus on my case on Jesse Garza. My client is at the Bexar County Jail. He has both an MTR and an unindicted case, and Mr. Sanders and I have agreed that we need to have a contested hearing.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Mr. Jesse Garza, I need a contested hearing date, please. And do you anticipate calling any witnesses?
I'm not sure on my part, Judge, but Mr. Sanders is going to be proving up the new #1 is my understanding.
All right, how many witnesses are you anticipating, Mr. Sanders?
3 to 4. Oh,
All right,
actually, 4 to 5.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a contested hearing date on Jesse Garza, please. All right, we're going to come back on March 22nd at 2 p.m.
And Judge, would that be in person or on Zoom? I'm assuming in person.
Here's the thing. If the state is presenting evidence in the form of something for the court reporter to accept, then we usually do it in person. However, if the defense is not going to have any objections to us going forward by Zoom, then we can go forward by Zoom.
I would prefer to have it in person, Your Honor.
All right, then. we will make sure that that's in person.
Thank you.
Ms. Ferguson will need Jesse Martinez Garza. That will need to be in person.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. I
Thank you, Your
don't
Honor.
see Mr. Garza.
I had just spoken to him in a breakout room, so he is here, Your Honor, and I told him he was not allowed to leave until the court excused him.
Yeah, no, he's still in the breakout room. So everyone, when you have someone in the breakout room, have them come back to the main room. Think of it this way, everyone. If a complete stranger comes to your house, do you leave them in your house while you say, hey, I'm going to the HEB? No. You say, please, I'm sorry, you're going to have to come with me or you'll have to leave. So, Mr. Garza, we're going to bring you back on March 22nd. It'll be at 2 p.m. and it'll be in person.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you. Ms. Ferguson, 14N can go back. And Ms. Sosa, you are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Sorry, Judge, what was that date again?
March 22nd.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And let me see where Michael Villarreal is. David Woodard, who do you have?
Judge, I have Ruben Garcia. I need to speak with Marcus.
All right, thank you. Just one moment. And you said Ruben Garcia?
That's correct, Judge. He was a recall, I think, from last week.
Criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial, I've been confirmed with Marcus Sanders.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 4. All right, Michael Villarreal.
Yes, ma'am.
I called you back because Mr. Stevenson is here on Morganfield.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So on this case, the defendant was recently arrested on a new case out of Williamson County. It's a similar type offense. And so I was just made aware of this. And so before we're able to tender an offer, we need to explore that. My understanding is he was just recently indicted on that case from an at-large status. And so we had no idea that this was kind of coming down the pipeline based on a review of his criminal history. And so I think we're both interested in looking at this before contemplating a resolution or potential resolution to this case.
All right.
Your Honor.
Mr.
Your Honor,
Stevenson, yes.
may I add to what he said? I agree with everything he said. Our cases in Bexar County are all second degree or lower. The new case in Williamson County is first degree. So I do agree that it does change the playing field. I believe the court also would concur because the court used that as the basis for remanding him without bond on these 2 cases this week, based on the violation report that came across the judge's desk. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes.
Okay.
My mind is still trapped.
I understand. So anyway, I don't disagree with Mr. Villarreal. I also need to get a little bit of information. I will not be representing him on the Williamson County case, but we do need to at least find out what the playing field is there, just to know if anything from that case would somehow creep in collaterally to trial.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Morganfield? And this will be the last date for any type of discovery. I know that today was the final day for discovery, but in light of the new number 1 that's in another county, we're going to come back on March 31st.
That sounds good, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Ferguson, you can counsel Mr. Morganfield. I don't see him on the Zoom screen.
I will go visit with him, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And everyone, just give me a moment. Bertram Wood, you're in the halls of Congress.
Top of the morning, Judge. How are you?
Top of the morning. We've missed you. I haven't seen you in, it seems like ages.
Right. Happy New Year even, right?
Yes, Happy New Year. How's your mom doing?
Real good. 101 and she fell and broke her hip. So not good. But
Oh,
she's
curses.
laughing about it. And, you know, she's in a wheelchair watching TV. So
Okay. So who do
everything's
you
good,
have with
seems like.
us?
I've got a family violence. I'd like to talk with the DA if I could. Kayla White, Nightmag 622702. We may have an indictment by now since it's.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Jeb Locke.
Hi, Judge. I was in a breakout room earlier. I had to leave to go announce in some other courts, but I have returned to hopefully speak with family violence.
All right, what is your client's name?
Joaquim Alejandre.
Brenda, Jeb is frozen on screen and he's just in this current state of happiness. He's just smiling. All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 28.
All right. Thank you, Judge. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
That's okay. It's a permanent smile. It's making today bright. All right, Victoria Cruz.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm just passing, I'm taking over for Ray. He's in room 21. If I may be placed there, please.
Okay, what is your client's name?
I've got Martin Lopez, who's logged on, and Burden Durez, I think is more like a status check, I think.
How do you spell the last name?
Durez is D-U-R-E-Z.
All right, is that criminal trial division or family violence?
That was going to be family violence. Everything is done on the case. I'm not quite sure why we're on the docket.
All right, we will find out. And then your other client, Lopez, is it criminal trial division or family violence?
That one's criminal trial, Your Honor.
All right, I'll send you to Lucky
Judge,
breakout
on
room
the-
number.
Excuse me, Judge, on the Durez case, that's the one where the officer is in and the officer's in the breakout room with Mr. Martinez.
Okay.
All right, so
I think that was like clarification on the contact order of his son.
okay, awesome. So do we need, which breakout room are they in?
I believe it was 21.
All right, I'm gonna send you to number 21, Victoria.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, let me see who is ready. Whoa, I come back and there's everybody's hand is raised. And it's always nice to see the different shades of hand color. We got a lot of shades. All right, Jacqueline Lamerson, who do you have?
I have Anthony Bennett, Judge. He's awaiting competency. The report is outstanding.
All right, just give me a moment. All right, Mary Diaz.
Judge, we're both back. I don't know if Mary's audio is working, but we had a long phone conversation a couple minutes ago. And so you can try her.
All right, Ms. Diaz, could you say something?
No, it's not working. I don't know why. I tried to help her sort it out. She's just having some issues this morning. I don't know why.
All right, we're gonna go on the record. And Ms. Ferguson, can I have a jury trial date in the chat box, please? All right, and Mr. Toshi, are you okay with us proceeding to put the jury trial date on the record?
Sure, Judge.
All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 11865, State of Texas versus Mary Diaz for the defense.
James Tochi, Judge.
And Mary Diaz, there's something wrong with your audio. but could you give me a thumbs up if you're able to hear us? All right. The court will note for the record that the defendant has given the court a thumbs up, signifying that she can hear what is happening now. Mr. Toshi, do you have any objection to proceeding without your client's audio working?
No, not at all, Judge. I'm fine.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection, Mr. Toshi?
No, ma'am.
Ms. Diaz, if you do not have any objections to us proceeding, please raise your thumb. For the record, the defendant has raised her thumb. Mr. Toshi, have you received all the discovery in this case?
I believe that I have, Judge. Yes.
Was an offer tendered?
Yes, there was.
And when was that offer tendered?
Over the matter of a month and a half, I guess. Yeah, somewhere in that time frame.
All right.
There's been a lot of back and forth because of the nature of the case, Judge, but I've received more than one offer, but unfortunately right now we're not inclined to accept any of them.
All right. Ms. Diaz, could you give me a thumbs up if you're rejecting the offer? All right, for the record, the defendant has signified that she's rejecting the offer. Ms. Diaz, could you give the court a thumbs up if you're asking for a jury trial? The court will note that the defendant has signified that she's requesting a jury trial. Mr. Toshi, your jury trial date will be April 4th. Ms. Diaz, you'll need to appear in person in the 187 District Court at 9 a.m. on April 4th. The courtroom is located at 300 De La Rosa. It is on the 4th floor. Ms. Diaz, do you understand the date of your jury trial? If you do, if you could give me a thumbs up, please. Court will note for the record that the defendant signifies that she is aware of her jury trial date. If there's nothing else, for the record, Mr. Tochi, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, everyone, just give me 3 seconds, well, 2 minutes while I sign some paperwork.
Norma, it looks like Ms. Pantejo is on the screen. If you could put me with her, I'd appreciate it.
All right, we are back. All right, Suzanne Kramer.
Yes, Judge. Okay, as you know, I've been informing Norma. I'm not entirely sure that Ronnie Caldwell is still with us. I went to Bexar County Vital Statistics the other day, but they told me that in the early, if somebody's died, it goes to the city first. I emailed the city. I didn't get any help from them, so I forwarded that to David, and he's got an investigator on it to see if we can find out what's going on. The hospice won't give me any information, but I last just confirmed that he was there. I told Stacy I could probably call, and if he's not there, I won't know if that means he got released, which I don't think, or that he died. I'm fairly certain that he did die, but we're trying to confirm that for the court.
All right, and when do you all think you all will know something?
Well, I mean, nobody's giving me any information, but David has an investigator on it. So that, however long David thinks that will take. I mean, that shouldn't take too long, right? We're not trying to get a death certificate at this point, or maybe he will. We're just trying to find out if he died.
And Judge, sorry, I'm here for that case. We checked with our investigator this morning if he's heard anything. He is out in the field. We haven't heard anything back from him yet.
Is this Ronnie Caldwell?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, here's his
Okay.
obituary.
Well, see, and I told David, I didn't think he had anybody in his family that would write an obituary, but I was fairly certain that he had passed. All right, well, there it is. So I guess we just need to get a death certificate. I'm glad to know he had family that did that.
Yes, and he actually attended New Mexico State University.
We've actually been looking, checking to see if there was an obituary. I wonder if this just came out since it's happening or just happened, the viewing and funeral.
Probably, yeah.
All right, so this is a list of his relatives that are on this.
Oh, okay. There we
And
go.
it shows that the memorial visitation was held on February 19th at 10:30.
Oh,
And the service
Jeff,
began
okay.
at 12 p.m.
All right, well, that's what I expected we were going to find out. So
Does anyone need the court to forward that to you?
actually, I was
Googled it.
gonna, if you don't, okay, I can Google it. I was gonna take a picture of the screen, but I know we're not supposed to when you had that up, but if you
Oh,
put
no,
it up there-
I'll put it up for you.
Okay,
to,
great. So I can take a picture of it. Thank you, Judge.
Sure, just give me one moment.
I swear, Judge, it just didn't occur to me to look for an obituary because the way he talked, I didn't think that he had family members that would do that for him, so I'm glad to know. All right. So
Okay.
I got a picture, Judge. So I guess we'll just wait for the death certificate and the dismissals to come in.
Okay.
Okay, may I be excused?
All right, state, but how long is it going to take you all to receive that? Because it appears that if you match that with the face with,
Oh, that's him. Yeah.
so,
Yes, Judge, since our
That is-
investigators already requested it, I mean, I would think they usually tell us 30 days to get the verification of the death certificate.
all
And
right,
that's-
because it appears that the funeral may have taken place in Bernie, Texas.
Well, but I think he died here, so the death certificate
No.
should be here. He didn't die here? I thought the
No,
hospice
it
was
says he
here.
passed peacefully at Riverview Nursing Home in Bernie, Texas.
Oh, they must have transferred him because that's not where I called before. Okay,
And so it says he passed on January 25th.
okay. So, okay, well, this, the state's gonna have a better luck at getting the death certificate than me, but we don't have to worry about that for now, so.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Ronnie Caldwell? All right, we're going to come back on March 28th.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Judge.
Yes.
What? Stacy. I thought I heard Stacy.
Oh, is there anything else from either side?
No, Your Honor. Maybe
Okay.
it's
Yes.
Thank you, Judge. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. All right. And then is there a family violence prosecutor on Corey Sepulveda?
Judge, I talked to Michael about that one.
Yes. Is there any objections?
There was no objections, Judge. He was in agreement to it.
All right. And who is the officer on this? Because I was told the officer was here.
According to the request from pretrial services, is Gennaro Castillo.
He's on, Judge.
It's me, Your Honor. Officer Castillo here.
Okay. All right, Mr. Castillo, thank you so much for zooming in. Before I sign off on these, I always want to make sure that everyone is on the same page. So what I am going to ask for is a patch. And also, Mr. Sepulveda, you need to follow all COVID guidelines while you're there. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if there's nothing else for Mr. Sepulveda, then
what's a patch?
The officer will explain that to you.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 1, Mr. Sepulveda.
Thank you, ma'am.
Judge,
And you all can be excused from there.
Thank you, Judge. Can I be put in there as well, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, Valerie Hudlin.
Yes, Your Honor. Jaden Green has 2 cases on the docket, and I've conferred with Michelle and also talked to him. We need, there's one final piece of evidence, I believe, that we're still looking for the family case. So she's going to call the detective and see if we can find that. And then after that, we should have everything.
All right, I'm going to give you a 30-day reset, and that will be the last reset date for discovery. If there's some issue, then let the court know before that date. Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Jaden Green, please? All right, we'll come back on March 31st.
Okay.
All right, if you have nothing else with us, you are excused.
Thank you. Have a good
You're
one.
welcome.
Bye-bye.
All right, Roberto Ramirez, Monica Reynolds.
Yes, Your Honor. She's here and present, and we're ready to go, I believe.
Okay. So everyone, just give me a moment. I'm going to take up this plea on Miss Reynolds. And then I'm going to take up Landon Lum. All right, and this was reset. Are you still experiencing morning sickness, Miss Reynolds?
Yes.
Do you need for this to be recalled, or can you go for it?
No, I could go for it. It's just, I guess, part of pregnancy.
All right. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 8391. Do I have a prosecutor available?
Marcus Sanders for the state.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 8391, State of Texas versus Monica Reynolds for the state.
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense.
Robert Ramirez, Your Honor.
And are you Miss Reynolds?
Yes.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
Any objection from the defense?
None, Your Honor.
Ms. Reynolds, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Showing you what's entitled application for community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Reynolds, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We waive the reading.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Judge, we're waiving the enhancement paragraph.
All right, the court does not, okay. Any objections to the waiver of the enhancement?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Reynolds, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand your charge of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 grams to 4 grams? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargaining agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this cause?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
What the circumstances of the case, Your Honor?
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Ms. Reynolds, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied by the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 4 years in the prison, $1,000 fine probated. There's no application for deferred adjudication. The state recommends community supervision, and there's $57 payment for drug testing. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal? And the only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
Would you repeat the question, Your Honor?
Have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the plea bargain agreement, the state is asking that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 150 hours of community service restitution, follow recommendations of TAP, and a Mcmile evaluation. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's guilty plea?
Yes, the state offers states Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
No
Any
objection.
objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
Ms. Reynolds, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you
Yes.
electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by, sorry, just 1 second, someone's zooming in. The court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes.
Defense, are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Reynolds was caught in a bad situation where she's very young, and she was in a personal struggle, and these pressures caused her to relapse into use, and this led to the possession charge, Your Honor. She's going through a lot in her life, and I'm amazed at how strong she is to keep it together. She recently has taken a child that she had given up for adoption, is bringing that child back into her home, and which is, I know, is a very, very hard thing to do. And now she has another child on the way, and she's doing everything she can. She's going back to school, trying to get her life together. And so I just ask that you follow the plea agreement, Your Honor.
Ms. Reynolds, if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And know that you are going to get drug tested today.
It would be positive for marijuana.
All right. So when's the last time you used marijuana?
About almost a month ago.
All right. And how far along are you in your pregnancy?
14 weeks.
So here's the thing. Anything that you do while you're pregnant, your baby is doing it too. So if you're smoking marijuana, guess what? Your baby is smoking marijuana. If you're drinking alcohol, your baby is drinking alcohol. So what about this meth?
I've been off of it for about 5 months now.
And who is Juan Solis?
That was an ex-boyfriend.
Is he the father of your child?
No, not at all.
And are you living by yourself?
Yes.
So who's the father of the child?
He's not in the picture, but I do know who he is. He lives out of state. We talk on a regular basis.
How are you supporting yourself?
I work. Well, I just quit my job. I'm looking for another job, actually, because of the fact that I was always at work. It was like a 24/7 job. I would get off at midnight and have to be back at work at 7 in the morning. And I wasn't able to keep up with anything that I had going on with appointments and things like that. So I ended up walking out on my job.
So how are you supporting yourself?
What I have in savings.
Is Child Protective Services involved?
No, ma'am.
But if the child that you gave up, did that child end up being in care of Child Protective Services, or you just gave the child to somewhere?
No, I gave the child, because I gave the child went to a family member. Why I in the process of trying to find a steady an environment for both of us.
All right. So is the child with you now or no?
He's not with me as of right now, but he'll be returning next month. I'm responsible for him.
All right. So why is there a request for a Mcmile evaluation?
I'm not sure what that is.
Your Honor, there was a mental health component to this, and so the prosecutor asked to have that included in the as a part of the plea.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Sentence you to 4 years in prison, suspended and probated for 4 years, $1,000 fine, that will be probated, $57 restitution to SAPD for laboratory testing, 150 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination, and that includes the booster. I'm not forcing anyone to get the vaccination. Whether you get it or don't get it is completely up to you. But if you do and you provide proof, 40 of your hours will be waived. There's to be no contact with Juan Solis. I'm going to ask for parenting classes. You must complete parenting classes. If you complete parenting classes, then the remainder of your community service hours will be waived. There should be a MIC evaluation, field visits 2 times per month, random. I'm going to want UAs for levels. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom. Proof of employment within 30 days. There is to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There is to be no unsupervised contact with minors until a clean UA is submitted.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Reyes, is there anything else that she needs?
No, ma'am.
Ms. Reynolds, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. And also because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you want to know what the definition of a weapon is, you'll need to speak with an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Reynolds, we can go off the record. Ms. Reynolds, good luck to you. I've read the police report, so I know that you haven't had the best of lives, but at some point, as I tell everybody, at some point, choices you make are your own. It's not who raised you or what you've been through. At some point, you can't make any more excuses. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Probation will go over conditions with you. Ms.
Okay.
Reyes, if you could just remain here for a moment till I send them to number 1, because we have one more case that's a motion to revoke.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm trying to find your client, what room she was in. There she is. All right, the court is going to call 2018 CR 11296, State of Texas versus Landon Lum. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
Michael going for the defendant, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Lum?
Yes, ma'am. I'm Mr. Lum.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
Any objection from the defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Lum, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it?
Yes, I did.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Showing you 2 documents. The first is entitled motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. The next one is entitled state's motion to supplement pending motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke probation. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? I'm sorry. Are you the same Landon Kyle Lum who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2018 CR 11296 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on March 19th?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, March 1st, 2019 for a period of 4 years. Is that you?
That's me. That's me.
Date?
From the motion to supplement, condition number 5 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Landon Kyle Lum did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December 2021 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
We'll waive the rest.
Any objections?
No
to the
objection, Your
state's
Honor.
waivers? Mr. Lum, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, not grant you, well, you're not eligible for community supervision, but the court could sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes. I understood.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
I believe so, yes.
No, it's not, I believe so. It's either yes or no.
Yes, yes.
All right, the court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there an agreement?
Whereas Judge, we're asking that you deny the motion, extend his supervision for 2 years, alter and amend to also include safe P followed by aftercare and ISP supervision.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Long, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, I am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
I don't know what that part exactly, I guess. Yes, I am.
All right, the court then would deny the motion. Alter and amend condition to include an extension for 2 years, safe P followed by safe P aftercare and ISP. All right, is there anything else from either side?
Nothing from the state.
Nothing from the defendant, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Long, from here on out, everything that you do, you need to ask yourself whether or not my decision could result in me going to prison for 20 years. If you need help, we're here to help you. So you need to do better. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Rebecca, you can go to breakout room number 1.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Goins, you can go to 1 or you can be excused. All right, everyone. Bertram Wood. On Kayla White.
Yes, Judge, I've conferred. There's 2 cases. He does not have all the discovery on the second case. So Ms. White's present. We'd ask we might be reset to confer.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Miss Kayla Lynn White. Can I have a 30-day reset, please? In the chat box.
Yes, ma'am. Give me just 1 second, Judge.
All right, we're going to come back on March 28th. And to all of the defendants, your video needs to remain on. So Becca A. and the rest of you, Kadir Gunner, if your video is not on within 1 minute, you're going to be required to appear in court.
Thank you, Judge. We excused.
Yes, you're excused. See
Ms.
you back
White.
on the 28th.
I'll be in touch, Ms. White. Thank you. Thank you, Judge. Good to see
You're
you.
welcome. You
Say
too.
hello to your
Have a
mother
good
for
one,
me.
and I hope your mom
Thank-
feels better.
Thank you, and I tell your mother hello for me. Thanks.
All right, will do.
Judge, I have an announcement on Jessica Briones when you have a minute.
Just a moment.
Thank you.
I'm taking everyone in order. Eduardo Jimenez.
Yes, Judge, thank you. I'm here on Fabian Vega, which is Criminal Trial Division. We're already at the point where you've told him that he lost his last chance to plea and he's ready and he's going to trial, and that's.
All right, just give me a moment. I thought you needed to be assigned to a room. Just 1 second.
No, I had something else to tell you about it.
All right, just give me a moment. Because I'm taking people in order in which they appear, okay?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, Jacqueline Lamerson on Bennett.
Yes, Judge.
Yes.
Oh, we are awaiting competency.
All right, Ms. Ferguson on Bennett.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I get a date they're awaiting competency?
Let me.
And where is your client?
In jail.
All right, we're going to come back on April 5th. And Ms. Ferguson, was Mr. Bennett brought over?
He should have been, Judge.
Ms. Lamerson, did you have a chance to speak with your client?
I didn't. He has refused. He has refused my visits in the past. So I think that might be what the issue is with him not being on the Zoom.
All right. Rebecca, do you see Mr. Bennett on the docket sheet?
He's on page 13, Judge.
Yeah, thank you. All right, we'll come back on April 5th. And if there's an issue with you speaking with your client or your client not speaking with you, we'll see what we can do. If you want to remain, we can see if we can have him brought out to speak with you.
That would be wonderful. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you see what the ETA is on Mr. Bennett? Jeb Locke? All right, there's something wrong with Mr. Locke's audio and video. John Foley.
Judge, back from conferring on Hakeem, an offer, and was hoping.
All right, and we have a problem with your client not keeping her video on. Ms. Briones, if your video is off again, you're going to be required to appear in person in court. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm sorry. I was responding to a message from my attorney.
Okay. Mr. Foley?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's happening?
I'm sorry, Judge, I didn't hear you.
What is happening with your client?
So the last time we were here, the state had offered us or had told me that there was some discovery waiting at the well, it turns out she told me it was at the 5th floor, not the 4th floor. I went to the wrong place, Judge, and to pick it up. I continue to, I went to the 4th floor and screwed up. And then I did not get back with Ms. Hayden during this week because I've been working on a brief that's
Ms. Ferguson, can you reset Ms. Briones for 2 weeks to see where we're on discovery? And to the clerks, anytime that there's a case that's been dismissed and refiled and it's the same case, could you please keep those files together? So if you could give me case number 2018 CR 9355. All right, so Mr. Foley, will you be able to pick that up by March 15th?
I will, Judge.
All right, we'll be back on March 14th.
14th. Thank you, Judge.
Yes, thank you. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, Ms. Briones, you're excused. All right, John Young?
I bet you got my plea paperwork.
No, I haven't gotten it.
Okay. That's probably because I need to go to see my client at the jail then. I've signed it. I need to go see her then.
Your client.
All right.
Fine. Sorry, Judge.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Joe Ray?
John Young's client still needs to sign the plea paperwork.
All right, and John Young, who is your client?
Hey, Hope. Hey,
All right, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 3. Miss Ponteo, if you could go to 3, please. All right, Jeb Locke.
All right, hi, Judge. Back from conferring on Hakeem Alejandre with Michelle, who extended an offer to us and was would like a reset on this, Judge, to confer with him.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Alejandre Joaquin, could I have a 30-day reset, please? All right, we'll come back on March 30th.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you and your client are excused.
Thank you.
All right, Adam Cobbs and Lorraine Efron, you need to show your video. Adam Cobbs, who's your client?
Mark Salmon, Your Honor.
Criminal trial division or family violence?
Both.
All right, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 6.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Lorraine Efron.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Botire would like a contested hearing on his MTR and jury trial settings.
All right.
And I think that Mr. Villarreal was asking for a setting on the MTR first, but I see he's on the screen. So.
Yes, Judge, I think if we have the contested MTR, we should be able to wrap up all the cases.
All right. State, how many witnesses are you anticipating?
I think we would have just 4 witnesses at most.
All right. Do you anticipating calling any witnesses, Ms. Efron? And I only ask so that we can schedule it appropriately for enough time.
I would not more than one, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson on Boutier, can I have a setting for a contested hearing, please? All right, I'm just waiting for one in the chat box. Just give me a moment.
Sure.
All right, March 17th.
Okay. And then Judge, if I know my client will want me to ask, so if jury trials are necessary after that date, we'll get those then?
Yes.
Okay. And
All
is
right.
that an afternoon or morning?
That's at 2 p.m.
Okay.
Do you want that in person, Ms. Efron? Or by Zoom?
I didn't discuss that aspect with my clients, so I guess the default is in person at this time.
Yes.
But I will speak to him further about whether we can
All right.
proceed by video.
All right, so we'll have it on March 17th at 2 p.m. Ms. Ferguson, that'll be in person. All right, thank you, Ms. Efron. You're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Number 14M can go back. All right, Megan Enriquez.
Yes, Your Honor. I conferred with Michael Villarreal on Manuel Martinez. We have made a counteroffer to the state that he is going to run by the complainant's mother. We don't have an agreement at this time.
And I'm sorry, what is your client's Manuel Martinez?
Yes, Judge. It's under John Coons. And he's in custody. He's
All right.
Martinez.
Ms. Ferguson, on Manuel Martinez. Can we recall this in 2 weeks, please? I'll extend the plea deadline date for 2 weeks.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, March 16th.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Number 16C can go back.
Have a good week.
Thank you, you too. Victoria Cruz.
Yes, Your Honor. I wanted to report on Mr. Derez. I have one left to confer on, but the officer is here and I wanted to be courteous and try and let him. Officer Lozano is here.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and where is Jerez?
Your Honor, we were not aware that he needed to be logged on today. So we haven't been able to reach him this morning.
Okay, because he'll need to know about the contact order, because this is the issue is a contact order. Is that correct, Mr. Lozano?
Yes, Judge. So he was told that he needed to start the chaperone program in order to continue to have contact with his son. So he has done that. He registered on the 15th. His first day of treatment was on the 23rd, and his wife, he did provide his wife as a chaperone request. We completed her background. She's cleared. They're just waiting on a start date for the chaperone.
All right, just give me one moment.
All right.
I don't have any file on this. Just one moment.
No problem, Judge.
All right, so Mr. Lozano on Derez, and this is just for the bond issues, correct?
He's on probation, Your Honor.
Okay.
And probation has allowed him to return home. I think it was just a final status check for the court and defense.
Okay. All right then. Rebecca, do you need anything else from Mr. On Mr. Derez then?
No, ma'am.
Okay, well, everyone just keep the court updated.
Understood, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lozano. I
No
appreciate you.
problem. No problem. Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And then I'll hang out to confer on my other duckling.
Okay.
Judge, I'll be right back.
Okay. Anyone else who's ready? Anthony
Yes, Judge.
Zamora?
Yes,
Just one
Judge.
second, Mr. Jimenez.
Yes, Judge. We conferred. We're still on track. I think we've been given all the discovery.
All right, so this is going to be a jury trial, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, and you have all the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a jury trial date in the chat box, please? Court is going to call 2018 CR 9130, State of Texas versus Kadir Gunner. Can I have defense announced for the record?
Defense is Anthony Zamora for defendant Kadir Gunner.
For the state? I'm sorry, not for the state. Are you Mr. Gunner?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections, Mr. Zamora?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Gunner, any objections?
No, ma'am.
Defense, have you received all the discovery?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Was an offer tendered?
It has been.
Mr. Gunner, are you rejecting that offer?
No, ma'am.
Listen to what she asked, Kadir. She asked if we were rejecting the offer that the state has made.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, do you wish to proceed to a jury trial, Mr. Gunner?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, your jury trial date will be March 28th. You'll need to appear in person in the 187 District Court.
Judge,
Courtroom is
Judge, if I may, and I apologize for this interruption. I'm scheduled for dental surgery and I've been waiting 6 months. I've got it the 22nd of March. Just out of a precaution, in case I'm mumbling even more than I usually do, could we have it a week or two after that date?
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can we put their jury trial date after March 28th, please?
Judge, thank you so much. I've waited so long for this date. It's gotten ridiculous.
Okay. No problem. All right, so your jury trial date is going to be April 11th. Mr. Gunner, you'll need to appear in the 187 District Court at 9 a.m. on April 11th, dressed for trial. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
The courtroom is located at 300 De La Rosa. When is your jury trial?
Kadir, she's asking you a question.
Yes, ma'am.
When is your jury trial?
April 11,
What time?
9 a.m.
Which court?
187, floor 4.
All right, thank you. With that, we'll close the record. Mr. Zamora, you and your client are excused.
Judge, thank you for the courtesy.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you so much, Judge.
You're welcome. Eduardo Jimenez.
Yes, Judge. I apologize for the delay. It's Fabian Vega, and so there were two things I wanted to mention, Judge.
Yes.
One is we just got an investigator appointed quite recently to his case, so I would ask for a little bit more time for our investigator to do some of the work. It's going to involve interviewing a lot of the witnesses that were there at this. It's a murder case. It was a basketball court full of young men and women, and they all need to be interviewed by my investigator. So that's why I would ask.
When was the investigator given to you?
It is, I don't have the motion right now, but her name is Angelique Aguilar, and it was fairly recent that we put in the motion.
Because I see another investigator was appointed on this case just on December 15th, 2021.
Yeah, we had to. Well, I'm not the first attorney on this case. My investigator was appointed recently,
All right, I'm going to give you a 30-day reset. This case has been going on since 2020.
Yes,
And after that, there will be no further reset. So the
Yes,
investigator needs to
just
do whatever they need to do.
Get done before then. I understand, Judge, perfectly. There was just one more little issue there.
Yes.
So I hired a second chair, which you just had him in your courtroom, Attorney Robert Ramirez. How would you like him to? Because I've noticed sometimes when people file in just a notice of appearance, sometimes it bumps the original attorney off the case. So
No, if they put on there that they're the second chair, they will be listed on the system as the second chair.
And so he can file in that way then. Okay, Judge,
Yes.
Thank you so much.
All right. And so do you have all the discovery?
Yes, I do, Judge.
Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Mr. Fabian Vega? All right, we'll see you back on March 31st.
All right, Judge, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Norma, 16F can go back. John Young, has your client been sworn in?
I do not believe so. I've gone over the paperwork with her, but I don't believe she's been sworn in yet.
All right, just give me a moment. Who is Jennifer Flores? Jennifer Flores.
Yes.
Are you signing paperwork?
Am I what?
Show your video.
Can you see me?
Yes, I can. Ms. Flores, I'll see you in the 187 District Court. We're located at 300 De La Rosa. You need to be here today.
Okay, I needed to speak to my lawyer. Well, I spoke to him just right now and he told me to get on Zoom. And it was because I just was aware that my bond was lifted, so he was gonna try to help me get my bond back.
All right, Ms. Flores, you need to appear in person in the 187 District Court. We're located at 300 De La Rosa. Do you understand?
At what time?
As soon as possible, but most definitely before 1:30. Do you understand?
Before 1:30? Yes.
Yes.
Is there any way I could speak to my lawyer?
Yes. When you come to the 187 District Court, it's located at 300 De La Rosa. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we will see you. All right, Ms. Hantua, have you been sworn in? All right, you need to go to breakout room number 1 so they can swear you in. Milton Butler.
Yes, so we've completed the paperwork on Romualdo Martinez.
All right, is this a
But he has
motion
not
to
been-
revoke?
No, it's a regular plea. He's not been sworn in yet.
All right, let me find your client on the screen. I'm trying to find Mr. Martinez on the screen.
Hope he
And
didn't.
It's Romualdo Martinez?
Yes. I just saw him on a list of
He had
participants.
logged off, and when he came back in, I think his thing was under Galaxy. I believe.
I made him change that in the breakout room.
Okay.
I think what happens, he probably had trouble leaving the breakout room, probably accidentally left the session, so he'll probably have to log you back in again.
All right, once he comes back in, that may be him now. Nope, it's Mark Braswell. Just give me a moment. Mr. Otero, your client is being required to appear in court.
I'm sorry, Judge.
Your client, Ms. Jennifer Flores, is being required to appear in court.
Okay, and when would that be, today or next?
Yes,
sitting?
today.
Okay, I was talking to Mr. Groomer. I know she's got some warrants for arrest. The bond was got off. She's telling me that she went to court last time and she was sick and she was told to leave the courtroom. So I don't know exactly what happened, but I can have her go in.
You'll need to appear in person. Just give me a moment, please. Yes, your client needs to appear in person, and I've instructed her to appear in person. So your case will be recalled for this afternoon.
Okay, Judge. And on my other case, I may need some time to file a motion for competency and
All right,
provide some
just-
record to the state.
Just give me one moment. Elizabeth Yepes, your attorney's in trial in another court, so you'll come back on March 15th. So you are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And Ms. Ferguson, I do not see Castillo on the docket. Who is your other client, Mr. Otero?
He's Jonathan Castillo, Judge. Oh, just-
Yes, Cynthia. I'm sorry.
sorry.
All right, Mr. Cedillo,
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Ferguson.
Yes, ma'am.
It shows that Michael Bellevue is Mr. Cedillo's attorney. You gave me a note for Castillo.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was supposed to be Cedillo. He hired Robert Maurer.
All right, Mr. Cedillo, is Robert Maurer your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're going to bring you back on March 15th, your attorneys in a jury trial in another court.
Okay.
All right, you're excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, who is your other client, Mr. Otero?
Mr. Cathy. He's in the courtroom, Judge.
All right, and is that criminal trial division or family violence?
That's family violence, Judge.
Have you had a chance to confer with the state?
I have, Judge.
And what are we doing on that case?
I need to provide the state with some medical records and potentially filing a motion for competency.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Mr. Charles Cathy? And I'm sorry, what are you providing the state with?
Some medical record, Judge.
All right, we're going to come back on March 28th. All right, you're excused. We'll see you back on your other client this afternoon.
Okay, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome. Adam LaHood.
Morning, Your Honor. Sorry, like I said, I had a juvenile hearing. My client should be on right now. I think we got her past her technical issue. So let me look, see if she's here.
No, she's not here yet.
Oh, geez. Okay, hang on just a second. I'm sorry,
Adam,
Judge.
Adam,
I'm in contact
Adam.
with her. Yeah,
Adam, put some patience in your pocket. Take it out as needed.
will do. Let me get back in touch with her, Judge, and see. We'll get this figured out.
All right, no problem. All right, Milton, we're still waiting for your client to come in.
Actually, he's logged in as Galaxy Tab A. I sent him a message in the chat to change it, but I don't think he saw it.
Yeah, all
He's
right.
Galaxy Tab A.
Okay, I'm going to send in a breakout room number 1. And Milton, if you'll go to number 1 so that the clerks will know who he is so they can swear him in. Anthony Cantrell.
Hey, Judge, we're going to do a plea this morning, so waiting on paperwork now.
All right, thank you. Roberto Ramirez.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. Two things. While we were waiting for the probation officer to brief Miss Reynolds, her phone went down to 1% and then was out. She was going to get a charger and she hasn't logged back in since. Probation officer asked me to let you know that.
Okay.
The other thing is I was going to, did you speak with Eduardo Jimenez already?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's being reset for 30 days. What was the client's name?
Fabian Vega.
All right, Fabian Vega has been reset. March 31st.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Should I wait for Miss Reynolds to come back in or just let, or I guess
Make sure that we get her.
Okay, then I'll come back in when she logs back in then.
All right, thank you. But as you know, we're going to be taking our lunch break.
Yes, so it's at 2:30 coming back?
No, it will be at 2.
At 2, okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Tony, can you send me your email address when you get a chance?
Sure, do it right now.
And everyone, just give me a moment while I sign paperwork, please.
Judge, when you get a chance, can I see in a breakout room?
Yes. I can see you in breakout room number 2. Everyone, just give me a moment, please.
Hey, Michael, do you think that it'd be better if I just come back at 2? I mean, I can stay, doesn't matter.
I'm working on it. It'll probably take me another 15 minutes to get it all done. But that's up to you.
No, I don't mind staying.
Okay.
All right.
Ms. Ferguson, on Beth Martinez, can we recall that for March 3rd, please? For a
Yes, ma'am.
status update on treatment.
Yes, ma'am.
And you can counsel her. All right, Adam Cobbs.
Judge, I did chat Norma to see if Mark Salmon is available so that I could talk to him. But I don't see him on the screen. I'm not quite sure if he's going to be available.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, do you have an ETA on Mr. Salmon, please? Just give us a moment on that one.
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Cruz on Lopez.
Yes, Your Honor. I have conferred. We're going back and forth, trying to nail down a final agreement. The state has tendered an offer, but we've asked them to reconsider, and Ms. Sparks is going to look at that. And he is logged up.
Ms. Ferguson, on Mr. Lopez, can I have this recall for 2 weeks, please? All right, we're going to come back on March 15th.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then you are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. All right, and Mr. LaHood, we're still waiting for Clinique Boyd. So we're going to recall that for 2 p.m.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm going to try to just get her here in the office, and I think we can get past these technical issues.
All right,
It's
thank
just one
you.
of those days. Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes.
I'll see you at 2. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. And Ms. Ferguson, can you see if you can have Mr. Cox zoom back in? I see he has another client on the docket. Thank you. And Norma, if you can also counsel Mr. Watson and just recall him for the 15th since his attorney is in jury trial.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the party's ready on Pantoja.
Yes, Judge, jury for the state.
For the defense.
John Young.
Somebody call for me?
Yes. Yes. We're calling for you. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 3747, State of Texas versus Laura Pantoja. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Joe Ray Garcia.
For the defense?
John Young.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
Your Honor.
Ms. Pantoja, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Pantoja, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Pantoja, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with theft under $2,500 enhanced? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense? Counsel.
I'm sorry, I must have a very directional microphone on this. Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I do.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe she is and was.
Ms. Pantoja, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived a right to jury trial. I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Judge.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding under 12.44 of the penal code, asking that your punishment be assessed at 60 days in the Bexar County Jail. There is no fine. They will take in consideration NIMAG number 647811. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
There have not, Your Honor.
Into the offense is charged in the indictment. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea.
State offers State Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Any objections?
Objection.
Ms. Pantoja, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed those documents. The court is finding there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court is finding you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We would ask the court to consider following the agreement, Your Honor.
All right, the court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 60 days in the Bexar County Jail under 12.44 of the Penal Code, give you credit for any time served, take in consideration NIMAC number 647811. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to contact an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Ms. Pantoja, you need to stop stealing. Whatever you want, you need to get a job and work for it.
Yes, ma'am.
Because everybody else works. And everybody, if they want something, they go in, they pay for it.
Yes,
This is
Your Honor.
like no less than 3 times that you've been stealing. Stop stealing.
Yes, Your Honor.
You didn't get a theft course, so I'm going to give you a theft course, and I'm not going to charge you for it. If you don't pay for it, don't take it. If somebody's not giving it to you, don't take it. That's my theft course.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good one, Mr. Young. I hope the magnolias are beautiful this year.
We are a little worried. We've already fed them with a little iron supplement to try and bring them up to snuff. Joe Ray, because you're rejecting the Nightmag case, there's a chance that she may be released out of hand. She's been in the trustee pod for the last 32 days. So if you can try and ride herd on that for me, I'd appreciate it.
I'm sending it now.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Norma. Can you let them know that Ms. Pantoja can go back?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Cornelius Cox?
Judge, do you know what seat number she was in?
She didn't have a seat number. They just had her by name.
Thank you.
Mr. Cox, you have another
Yes, ma'am.
case on the docket with us.
Well,
And it is
I had another case,
Brandon
Judge, if I may. It was on a Fletcher, Brandon, but my indication was that it was set for tomorrow, 3/1, instead of
All right, we'll
2/28.
find out. I'm going to send you to a breakout room. Breakout room number 1.
Okay, Judge, but I enjoy this court keeps it real, Judge. I appreciate that.
Hey, we try our best because, you know, if it's real, then people know what to expect. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 2493, State of Texas versus Romaldo Martinez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Brittany Sparks.
For the defense?
Milton Butler representing Romaldo Martinez.
And are you Mr. Martinez?
Yes, ma'am.
We're
Yes, ma'am.
proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state or the defense?
No objection.
No objection.
Ms. Martinez, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case? And did you review it with your client?
I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Martinez, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of criminal mischief, 2,500 to 30,000? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
He has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility, $1,500 fine, probated. There are no applications for deferred adjudication. State recommends community supervision, restitution of $4,210.52 to Kurt, C-U-R-T, and Valerie, V-A-L-E-R-I, Searley, C-E-A-R-L-E-Y. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
There have not.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 150 hours of community service restitution, no contact with Kurt and Valerie Searley in cats 1 and 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, everyone, I'm currently alive. Sometimes allergies are just like horrible. All right, did you understand that those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Yes, Judge. State offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
No objection.
Mr. Martinez, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yes.
I guess your cat is upset.
It's a Shih Tzu. I'm sorry.
That sounds just like a cat, didn't it, Brenda? All right.
Sorry.
Did you understand? That's okay. Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. Court has reviewed the same. The court is finding there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court is finding you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we just ask that you follow the plea bargaining agreement.
All right, Mr. Martinez, how old are you?
I'm 48. I'll be 49 on March 16th.
Okay, why are you destroying stained glass windows?
I just had an episode. I'll be honest with you, I was on a high of the drug, meth, and that was not me. That was the drug. I just left that drug alone because it's not me. It was not.
Okay, because it seems lately we're getting a lot of Ernest T. Basses running around breaking windows.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And I just had an episode. The inner demons got the best of me.
All right, and you drug tested today. What are the results going to be?
Oh, negative. Because it'll be negative.
When's the last time you used?
It's going to be about a good 9 months, 10 months. I've been straight. I've been having, I got off of that. Don't want it in my life. I got a job. I work at Bob's Steakhouse.
Wait a minute. Let's backtrack a minute. You work at a steakhouse?
Yes, yes.
I'm assuming they serve steak there?
Yes, yes. Bob's Steakhouse at the Ram.
They serve seafood as well?
Yes, ma'am. I had been with Chef Derek and Sous Chef Saul. It's a whole beautiful family.
I may have to stop by. It's not a true steakhouse or seafood, Brenda, until I'm there, so I can give it my seal of approval.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any children?
Yes, I got one. He's 26 years old. He's working. He's my life. It's my life. That's why I left that drug alone, because that was not me. That's not for me. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, that Shih Tzu sounds like a cat, doesn't it? All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 4 years, $1,500 fine, probated, restitution of $4,210.52.
Yes, ma'am.
To Kurt and Valerie Surley, 150 hours community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. Court is not requiring anyone to receive the COVID vaccination, but if you do and you provide proof, 40 of your hours will be deducted. CATs 1 and 2, regular UAs, or either you can do the patch. The patch costs more, but it doesn't interfere with your time as much. Proof of employment within 15 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider involving minors. Going to want field visits 1 time per month. Rebecca, is there anything else that he needs?
No, ma'am.
Anything else you need from me, Mr. Martinez, to be successful?
Oh, no, just go forward.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you want it answered what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak with an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll go off the record. Mr. Martinez, good luck to you, and please let your dog know that they are a dog and they are not a cat.
Yes,
So
thank you.
don't try to play tricks on us.
Yes, ma'am. And hopefully I'll see you at Bob's Steakhouse.
All right, thank you, and good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. Mr. Butler, you can go to 2 or you can be excused. Probation is going to go over conditions with them.
Okay, I need to return to another Zoom conference, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, thank you. All right.
You're ready for me to go in there now?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Cornelius Cox. Okay, Brenda, I think Cornelius Cox knows who Ernest T. Bass is.
It's me, it's Ernest T. All right, Judge.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
When you're ready, Judge, I want to limit. I went to breakout room. I'll make an announcement on my case. If,
All right, I don't see your client here.
we
but
called
you-
Judge. I was told that it was the first.
All right, so what we're going to do then is we're going to recall this for March 1st.
All right, that's tomorrow. Okay.
Yes, but I'm going to note that your client
Thank you,
wasn't
Judge.
present, but we'll recall it for March 1st.
Okay.
All right.
So left, Ernest T. Bass. I'm thinking about that all day. All right.
Your Honor.
Sorry, Judge.
I'm sorry. Yes, Deputy Laura?
He is present in the courtroom.
Oh, your client is here. All right, you're on mute.
Could
So
I
have you-
talk to
Have
him
you
in the breakout
conferred
room?
with the state?
Yes, ma'am. Could I talk to him in the breakout room?
Yes. All
Okay.
right, Deputy Laura, if you could take him to breakout room number 1. And Mr. Cox, I'm just trying to find you on my Zoom screen. Oh, Mr. Cox, if you'll go back to 1, please.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, Mr. Cantrell, did you finish with all your paperwork?
I've submitted my portion, Your Honor. I don't know if they sent it to him yet.
Is your client in custody or on bond?
He's in custody.
All right, Mr. Whitestone, if you'll go to number 3, Mr. Cantrell, number 3.
Thank you.
Ms. Ferguson, do we have an update on Mr. Salmon? Mark Salmon?
Judge, they're still trying to get him, Judge.
All right, Mr. Cox. Mark Salmon?
They probably have him in the room already, Judge.
Looks like it's under Gonzalez.
Yeah,
Ah,
they probably just brought him in right now. He's just handcuffed, Judge.
all right, Mr. Salmon, I'm gonna send him to breakout room, deputy. If he could go to breakout room number 4, and his
Yes, ma'am.
attorney will meet him there. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Norma, then on Vanessa Rosano, if we can bring that back at 2 p.m., please. And if we could bring back Kendrick Williams at 2 p.m. And Ruben Garcia at 2 p.m.
Give me 1 second, Judge.
And everyone, just give me a moment, please. All right, Mr. Cox. Mr. Frichter.
I'm back, Judge. Yes,
Yes.
Judge, what I'm need is that, could I have a pre-trial setting?
All right, Ms. Ferguson on Frichter. Can I have a 30-day reset, please? And Mr. Frichter, you can appear on Zoom or either you can appear in person. All right, we're going to come back on March 29th.
All right, thank you very much, Judge.
Thank you. You and your client are excused. Mr.
Thank you.
Frichter, they're going to give you a reset form. All right, have a good one, Mr. Cox.
Have a good one, Judge. And good luck to you, Judge.
Oh, thank you so
Hey,
much. I appreciate that.
I saw you at Antioch, you know, and looking good, Judge, looking good.
Oh, thank you. I
All right.
appreciate that.
All right, take care.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. Adam Cobbs, what is happening with Mr. Salmon?
Judge, is Michael, let's see, is he available? Is he still on?
Michael Villarreal?
Yes.
Judge, he just signed out. I can talk.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 1, Mr. Cobb. And Brenda, we're going to take our break.
Okay, Judge.
And so we'll be back at 2. All right, everyone. I know some of you are waiting on your attorneys. We're going to come back at 2. It's going to be the same Zoom link. So Miss Rosanna, we're going to come back at 2, okay? Mr. Williams, Mr. Marin, we're going to be back at 2. All right, I want to make sure that you all get your lunch at the jail.